Shazam is the DCEU film that many feel will revitalize the comic giant's cinematic universe. Or should we say worlds of DC? Gotta love a revamp, and we know how much DC loves to reset their universe in general. Now, Shazam's trailer promised to give audiences a completely different experience than the previous Snyder-era films have presented, and a lot of fans are really excited to see that shift in tone happen. So in celebration of the upcoming film, we've put together a list of our picks of the top 10 Shazam fan theories, all of which try to shine a better light on what exactly the film's narrative will entail and what it may mean on a grander scale for the DCEU as a whole. Let's jump in. In at number 10, Black Adam. When the news that a Shazam film was on the way, many believed that that meant we'd finally be seeing Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in the role of Black Adam, a character that the actor and former WWE superstar had been attached to since 2014. But here's the thing, The Rock recently revealed that he's not appearing in the movie, which has spawned a whole lot of theories as to why that's the case. I mean, Black Adam is Shazam's arch nemesis. Now, many believe that similar to the whole leave the Joker out of the first Batman movie idea, Shazam may be saving Black Adam for its sequel, since this film is meant to be more of an origin story and a coming-of-age tale. It's a trend that's fairly popular these days with comic book films, despite it not necessarily following suit with some of the movies in the DCEU or Worlds of DC or whatever you want to call it. I mean, hey, look at the MCU. Norman Osborn hasn't shown up in Spider-Man yet and likely won't be in the sequel either. That being said, fans still believe that Black Adam will have a presence in the film, but not in the way that we all had hoped. This theory suggests that Black Adam will be strongly hinted to at the end of the movie as a way of foreshadowing, or that we'll get an obstructed glimpse of the character in a post-credit scene, hence why Johnson isn't appearing in the movie. In at number 9, Justice League Recruitment. This one feels a little obvious, to be honest. Now, this theory speculates that Shazam will be recruited into the Justice League at the end of this movie, either as part of the narrative or within a post-credit scene. Currently in the DCEU, the Justice League only has 6 members, those being Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, The Flash, and Cyborg. In the comics, the Justice League generally operates at 7 members at all times. Considering Shazam is the next biggest hero in the DCEU to be revealed, or Worlds of DC, whatever you want to call it, it would make sense that he'd get an offer. Even if that isn't the case, it's safe to say that we'll likely see something linking the character to the grander Justice League story by the end of the film. Post-credit scenes, maybe. In at number 8, Darkseid's reveal. There's been Easter eggs and hints that Darkseid will be arriving very soon to the Worlds of DC. Hell, Steppenwolf explicitly referred to him in the Justice League movie, so it makes sense that we'll get some sort of hint to the villain in the upcoming Shazam film. Now, we haven't gotten a glimpse of Darkseid yet, but this theory suggests that DC will be taking a page out of Marvel's books and introducing some sort of larger hint to him, kinda like how Thanos showed up before Infinity War. Whether that hint will be within the Shazam film or likely a post-credit scene again. While we believe that there will likely be an Easter egg or a really subtle hint placed within the Shazam movie, those in support of this theory think that Shazam will help set up Darkseid's arrival, all thanks to him being introduced as a member of the Justice League. Darkseid will see that the team is growing and begin to prepare an attack on Earth. In addition to that, some other Darkseid news. Back in November of last year, Zack Snyder released an image on Vero, remember that social app, that gave us a better look at Darkseid, except on an ancient tablet that contained what looks a whole lot like a mother box at its center. And at number 7, a different costume. News recently broke that the Shazam costume costs quite a pretty penny. According to reports, each of Shazam's suits costs just over $1 million to make, and there's 10 of them in total. So yeah, that's a lot of money. Director David F. Sandberg responded to the reports and the fan reaction to it by noting that it isn't just the physical suit that costs money, it's also what goes into it, all the different versions of the suit that were made, and the cost of labor in making them and camera testing them. Plus, they've got to be tested to see whether they're suitable for stunts. So regardless of whether or not you think that the suits cost too much, there is a particular rumor though about Shazam's suit that spawned from the criticism that some fans had towards it when it was released. The suit, which is pretty close aesthetically and detail when it comes to the comics, was criticized for feeling too campy compared to the likes of other suits that we've seen in the DCEU. And with a price tag like the one mentioned earlier, some fans are speculating that there's another version of the suit that's out there that will make up some of those numbers in the 10 suits total number. This reason this theory has caught on is because of the kinds of suits that currently exist in the DCEU. Many of them feel like a slightly more modern take on the classic outfits of our favorite heroes, so perhaps towards the end of the film, Billy Batson may be more inclined to adopt a new suit once he's gone through all of that coming of age that's supposed to go down in the film's narrative, with him quite literally growing up and adopting a more mature costume. And at number 6, Superman in Shazam. One of the biggest theories about the Shazam film is that we'll be seeing a cameo from one of the DC Universe's megastars, Superman. Superman and Shazam have quite the history together in the comics, with Shazam often being the one who loses when the two clash and get into a battle against one another, which is kind of a shame considering the scope of what Shazam's powers can do. You just can't beat Superman, friends. Anywho, there's been a handful of Superman-themed items and Easter eggs that have been spotted in the film's trailer and in released stills, and some fans believe that Supes will make an appearance as either a point of inspiration and guidance to Billy, or to formally invite him to become a member of the Justice League, with the Man of Steel recruiting him in order to help prepare for the battle against Darkseid. Either way, it's a cameo that would make a lot of sense. In at number 5, Billy's already met Superman. Now if you've seen Justice League, you may remember a scene early on in the movie in which we got a cell phone camera POV of Superman, with a boy behind the camera interviewing him. This theory suggests that the boy who was doing that was actually Billy Batson, and that the DCEU will be playing with the idea that Billy has always looked up to Superman as a hero. So how does this play a role in the Shazam film though? Well, there's speculation that the film will tie Superman into it by showing the other side of that scene, except focusing on Billy filming the superhero rather than seeing the phone camera perspective. And at number 4, Dr. SIVANA's henchman. In the comics, Dr. SIVANA has proven to be a worthy foe for Billy, but the character is not a brawler. Rather, he uses his genius level intellect to take on the Big Red Cheese. He normally wouldn't have the strength or physical abilities to really challenge Shazam, but he manages to do so in the trailer for the film that's been released. So this theory suggests that perhaps SIVANA is the one pulling the strings in the movie, but that there will be another villain that will end up fighting against Shazam, carrying out SIVANA's dirty work. Now SIVANA may be able to hold Billy off for a short amount of time, but in order to execute his schemes, he needs someone who has a bit of a spring in their step, or rather someone who has superpowers and or magic. This isn't entirely unheard of in the DCEU either. Wonder Woman's Dr. Poison and Lex Luthor were both characters of great importance when it came to being an antagonistic force, but there was always a greater, more superpowered force that balanced out their evil genius threat in the film as a whole. Another part of this theory suggests that one of the other members of the Fearsome Five will make an appearance in order to help SIVANA out, which could be pretty darn interesting. Moving on to number 3, the 7 Deadly Sins. Jumping off of our previous number, this theory suggests that the true villain of the Shazam film is actually the 7 Deadly Sins. Now in the trailer we can see the statues that represent the 7 Deadly Sins, which play a significant role in the lore of Shazam. In the comics, these are powerful demons who can assume control of an individual's body. The wizard Shazam had previously defeated them, but perhaps they've escaped captivity, something not unheard of in the comics by the way, and this will be the true antagonistic force that Shazam will have to defeat. Perhaps SIVANA is attempting to release them, hence why he's got those additional powers of his. Moving on to number 2, SIVANA's secret. There's another theory concerning SIVANA that's equally as intriguing. This one, which comes out of the website The Nerdist, suggests that the reasons why SIVANA can hold his own against Shazam, as shown briefly in the trailer, is because he's actually siphoning power from Black Adam. He's drawing physical enhancements somehow from the character, making him more of a threat to Billy. This would help establish Black Adam in the universe and open the door for the rumored solo feature that the character is reported to have in the works, along with setting him up to be Shazam's arch nemesis. Finally, in at number 1, another SIVANA theory, SIVANA will become Black Adam. Our final theory takes our last number one step further. It suggests that SIVANA will actually become Black Adam. In the teaser trailer, there's a shot that comes right after the booming line, "Billy Batson, I choose you." A young boy steps out of the shadows of the tunnel and into the Rock of Eternity. But take a closer look at that boy. He's not Astro Angel's Billy Batson. He's wearing a completely different set of clothes, and even has a different stature, which arguably makes him younger than Billy. Based off his clothes, it could suggest that he's actually from an earlier period in time. I mean, how many kids dress like that just, on their own accord these days? Think about it. Now, this has led some to believe that this boy is actually SIVANA when he was young, meeting the wizard, and getting powers. Now, in the comics, Black Adam was rejected by the wizard when the latter deemed him to be too easily corrupted by magic after getting powers from him. Now, SIVANA has depicted that he's got powers in the trailer, and perhaps these have seeped through to him as an adult due to some sort of experimentation he's conducted, because he doesn't want to transform into Black Adam anymore for whatever reason. I mean, could be a possibility, but could also be a bit of a long shot. I don't know, what do you guys think? Let us know in the comments below. Alright, there we have it friends, what has you the most excited for the Shazam film? Or do you think it's not going to be all that great? Regardless, if you've got a theory of your own, be sure to let us know about it in those comments below. If you dug this video, spread the love, hit that like button, and be sure to subscribe to Top 10 Nerd for more lists just like this one. And while you're at it, why not check out our Instagram page and give us a follow? We'll be posting news about giveaways on there, so you definitely do not want to miss out. In the meantime though, thanks for watching. I'll catch you all in the next video.